Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
All
Hey.
right. So my headphones are acting up a little bit, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Uh
It's a
was
little
came from
frosty.
fan mail. They said fan mail time. So Lauren Darbouze of the Darbouze Law Group is our guest today. She's gonna sit back and just watch how ratchet we get and maybe chime in a little bit. But the second half we're definitely gonna talk more about
You know
uh,
what, Lauren? I think we need a lawyer on the show because like most great shows have lawyers, and that when
Right.
people
It's
say
true.
things,
It's
the
true.
lawyers are in the back, like,
You can't say that.
you know, we might need you, Lauren, because when if you do this, just do this or say,
You got it.
we used
I
to
don't know.
Lauren ask your husband about the law firm. Do we cheat them and how?
Oh, that's great.
Do we cheat him and now?
Do we
Yes.
cheat them
That's
and
great.
how? Do we cheat them and how? We were protected by that law firm back in the day. That was funny.
I bet you
Mm.
were.
Yeah, we
Very
were.
well, too.
There we go. See how that turned out. Thanks.
Yeah.
Uh,
Lauren's like, it's a new day, got a new sheriff in town. Oh,
if you have an email that you'd like us to read on the show, please send the email to the heygirlheypodcast@gmail.com. So this one, the subject is the deal breaker. The email writes, my girlfriend of almost 2 years cannot save money.
I seen that one.
That's me. She spends it as soon as she gets it. She shops online, orders takeout, always cries broke. I get that she's young, doesn't have any kids, but it makes me nervous because she constantly asks me about our future. Like, where are we going with this?
Right.
I don't want to tell her that it's her spending that gives me concern. I give her money for gas or things here and there if she needs it, but with a fuss. It says without a fuss, but okay, it's either with or without a fuss, I'm not sure. We don't live together, but the subject has come up. This could be a deal breaker for me. I love her and want to be with her, but I don't want to be in debt or feel like I need to be her parent. What should I do? Lauren, you want to answer this one first since our
Oh,
guest is
yeah, that's tough. So, I mean, I think communication in any relationship is key. And if they can't talk about it, then that's a number one red flag right there.
Mm-hmm.
But they got to have boundaries. It's okay for him to say no to her every once in a while and maybe be a big girl and, go get a job or take care of herself, because if they're going to have a future, she can't just keep coming to him for a handout all the time. That's not gonna go well.
But I like to go. I mean, she likes to go shopping.
So maybe you come up with an amount that's okay. Maybe.
Yeah. You think 2 years
Everything else
is
separate.
too soon for like an allowance? Do you think that they should discuss it? That's 2 years too soon. You think?
Yeah, I mean, they should have an idea at 2 years whether or not they're going anywhere or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel
Come on, millennial.
that's because I could play both sides of the fence. I suck at saving money. It's to the point where I have PNC take money out my account each week and put it in a savings account. And I have them block out my savings account when I turn on the app, because if I see it, I can easily transfer. So the only
You
way
could do that?
yeah, you got to call me.
Oh.
That's the only, because if I do it on my phone, I'm transferring funds and I'll never save. So
Right. Cool.
the only way I can get money out of my savings, I have to physically go to a bank and do it. And take. So saving money is very, very hard. But when you're in a relationship and you guys are trying to go somewhere, then that you do need boundaries. And he should see that as a red flag. And I would definitely, because who's to say, like, they get a place together, or if they don't already have a place together, but they get a place together and, they split bills, she may not have her part because she can't save it or she's spending on something. So it's 2 years in, they should be able to be comfortable with each other to talk about issues that's going on. Definitely need that communication. And like Lauren said, you should be a big girl, get a job, take some responsibility, and
You're gonna lose that man.
if we're gonna move forward, then look, listen, you can't be spending all your money like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm a man, I'm here to provide and stuff like that, but you got to play your part too. So it could also be the way maybe she grew up. You know what I mean? Maybe she was a bit spoiled, didn't have to pay for much. You know what I mean? Like, so that's like a whole nother conversation.
Again, she gonna lose that man.
She's gonna lose. Yeah, she's gonna lose the man. So it's definitely all about communication. But that could be a red flag for real. It's just I kind of see it as like gambling a little bit. You know how like a bunch of people like, you know, gamble all their money away. They have nothing to pay. Like it's like kind of like an assistant. But definitely talk to her if you love her. Y'all can work it out. You can work through it, but keep your eye open. You know, and I wouldn't give her no more money either. I would.
Let's hear from a woman with of a certain age.
I'm clutching my
grab
pearls.
your pearls, mama.
Grabbing my pearls.
Because mother has lived, honey.
Oh, I'm rocking. What I need to say. I agree with you all when you said communication, because communication is key in every relationship. But the main thing that he said is that they've been into this for 2 years, and she's asking the question of where it's going. And he doesn't see it going anywhere because he has an issue with her. And so giving someone that you're dating and not planning on marrying allowance, come on. What you have found out about her is that she doesn't spend money the way that you do. So is there a future with you two financially? No, there isn't. She has a different way of spending money. You've already learned this from her. So either you poop or get off the pot. Have the talk with her and say, this is the, you know, I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm at this point now, you got to talk to me and I got to talk. Right. I got to say something. Nobody, you can't mince your words. You can't waste time anymore. I'm at that point. You know, I mean, I say this, and I should have did this today when I was talking to somebody, because after I talk to that person, I never feel too good after. I need to say what I got to say. But anyway, I'm preaching to myself right now. But I'm saying, this is the thing. 2 years, and you got this issue with this person for 2 years, and you say they spend money like this. Like, where is your communication? What are y'all talking about? What's going on? You know. Yeah. You can't put someone, you can't do allowance on somebody that you're dating. You can't tell them how they spend your money when you're dating, because that doesn't mean anything. Just leave her.
If it's a problem, he should just leave her.
He shouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't say just leave her. If you're not going to have the conversation, then either, you know, deal with it, stay there where you're at, because you know what you're getting, because you didn't say anything. So my advice to him: have the conversation, tell her how you feel. She knows how you spend money. And then if this is somebody that you want to be with, because men typically know who they want to be with, they play with games, but when they're ready to own something, they put a tag on it and they're ready to own it right away. So that's right now you're just playing. So what I'm saying to him is, have the talk with her about money and let her know what the goal is. Like, maybe make a goal for the both of them. Say, this is why we're not going anywhere. This is when you ask me, where is it going? It's not going anywhere because we can't seem to, you know, save money, can't seem to get this together. I mean, give little measurable things that you guys can work on as a team. Right now.
Let me share something. When I first started dating my partner of 15 plus years, when we first started dating, I used to do club nights. And this is kind of on the same subject, but not really. It's not on the subject of money. And I used to do club nights. And when I worked at the radio station, the first Whammo would do like 3 club nights a week. And I mean, I would host, and of course, at the same time, I would party. I would party too. And he's not a person that likes to go out. But at the same time, he's like, look, I understand, you know, you got work to do, but I can't deal with a woman who, this is your choice. Like, you want to hang out. It's a lot. I can't worry about you all night, being at the club or driving and, you know, late at night and stuff like that. And I'm not giving you an ultimatum, but I want you to know that it's a concern. to me. And I never had anyone say to me that they were concerned. And so I took it seriously, and I realized, you know what? It wasn't a situation where it was about being controlling or anything. He was genuinely concerned, and I wanted to keep that love. I wanted whatever he had for me, whatever, what that was that he had for me, I wanted that to stay. And so I made a decision. So him sitting down with me and saying, look, I understand you got to make your money, but is there another way we could do this? Like, I can't, I don't want to be up all night worried about you. I love you. I care about you. And there has to be another way we could do this. And I was like, all right, cool. And I walked away. I couldn't do the clubs, as often as I could. And he was like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that anymore. You've evolved in your career. You don't have to do that. And I was like, wow, that makes sense. Not one boyfriend in my past has ever said that to me. So I agree with you when you all say communication is key. It makes sense to sit down and let her know that you do mean something. You mean something. And I want to pursue this relationship further, but the concern is money, and we're going to need money if we have children, if we want to buy a home, if we want to go on vacation. It can't all be on me. So if this is a partnership, if this is something that you want to do and we want to do this together, then let's work together. If he genuinely tells her how much he cares for her, I'm sure he loves her at 2 years. I'm sure he loves her. If he really cares about her and wants to build, then he should sit down and tell her, like, honey, and even have like a spreadsheet. So this is how much you make. This is at the end of the week. These are how many shoes you got in your closet. This is how much gas bill you have to see it. And if you see that, wow, he really cares, not belittling you and making you feel like you're irresponsible or anything, that you're on a team. Because when you're in a relationship, Lauren, when you're in a marriage, you're on a team and you got to work together. The team members have to have it. You all have to know the game plan. You got to know the routes. You got to know the plays. You got to know everything so that you can work together so that you can win together. So if that helps, hopefully that will help. I don't know. We got 2 minutes, but real quick, this was a question we had posted on Instagram. This man said, and we could probably go into it next for the 30. I'm tired of paying child support for my child I rarely see. Can't my money go to a bank account or something? Why do I have to suffer and she's winning off my hard-earned money? I want a relationship with my child, but she won't let me. Yet she collects a check. It's not fair. I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
I hear that.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. But I'm sure that there's something that can be done.
Absolutely.
Other than calling your office.
Well, that would help. But custody and child support are two separate things, and a lot of people get them all lumped together.
Oh, okay.
Support, you're not going to see your kid. That's not right. Child support is different. Custody is a different world. Unfortunately, in Pennsylvania, you can't dictate where child support goes. It goes to the household where the child is for the support of that household. A lot of people feel that frustration, though. A lot of people wish that they could just direct it to their child and not to mom's newest handbag. And unfortunately, the court hasn't figured out.
And that new lace front. And them acrylic nails, and them new veneers, and mama is snatched. Baby mama is snatched, and the baby walking around with nappy hair and a snotty nose.
Clothes too small.
Clothes too small. So we're gonna.
That's rock.
We're gonna talk more with Lauren Darbouze of the Darbouze Law Group. We're going to talk more about custody, child support, legal separation, divorce, all that. We're going to answer your emails and get more in depth for 30 straight minutes. We got a full 30 girl talk coming up next on the Hey Girl Hey podcast, Urban Media Today. Hold on.